Hi.
Hi.
Hi, ladies. Thank you all so much for being here. So this is obviously going to be a catch-up session as well. So if you are watching this on catch-up, please watch it all. And if you have any questions, you can leave it in the comments. You can tag us. You can message anyone here who's on this amazing panel of facilitators and all these lovely ladies who will be leading the workshop. So we've obviously got our amazing coach, Tony. How are you doing, Tony?
Good, thanks. Excited for the retreat and to learn from everybody that's here.
Amazing. So of course, those of you who don't know, Tony, she's one of our master chefs, master chefs. So Tony will be running the nutrition side of things. So very excited for that. We've obviously got another familiar face here, our coach Liz. Liz, thanks for joining us. How are you, babe?
I'm very well, thank you. And I'm so excited for this because if I was not part of Jeff, I would be frothing, as Kate would say, for this because self-care coach, and this is a whole lot of self-care going on. So I'm so excited and I cannot wait. I can't believe we have to wait a month for this, like a whole month.
Oh, I know, and it's crazy because this has been coming together for quite some time. So I'm just like, oh, and it's still a month away. We've been planning on this for so long. Amazing, Morgan, lovely. Who's actually everyone who didn't know, Morgan, you went to school with Dom, right?
Yes,
With
I
our
only
coach
saw that
Don.
she was a
Yes.
coach when she posted on Instagram. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us, Morgs. How are you?
Oh, thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm just so excited to be a part of this Jeff community now. This is my first time kind of entering this community, so I'm thrilled to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yay, thanks so much for making time to be here. Anesu from all the way from Jersey. The rest of us are all here in the Western Cape. How are you, lovely? Thanks so much for making the time to be here.
Oh, it's so good to be here. Thanks so much, Kath. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely in the buzz of Joburg and this urban energy is palpable. So you guys all look very relaxed and I'm going to try and draw upon that energy. But like Morgan said, it's so cool to be welcomed into the Jeff community. And I'm just so happy to be here and to connect with each and every one of you.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, sure, guys. It is like white snow on the mountains. Absolutely just such a beautiful day. It's such a great way to end this week actually having this conversation. I am going to check. I'm going to actually just say hi to a few people here. So Morgan, I have sent you that link. You can check on your WhatsApp, so then you can also see all the peeps coming in here. Hi, Catherine, Renee, Sharon. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining. We have quite a few people here. Thanks, everyone. Amisha, hello, lovely. What does Catherine say here? Oh, hello, hello. Exciting stuff. I know Catherine signed up already. That's amazing. But it is 5 past, so I think I'm just going to pull a few of these lovely ladies out and just start off with you, Nesu. It is so epic to have you part of the team. I mean, I've been watching your work for years now, so to be able to co-facilitate this retreat together is like just absolutely amazing and such a privilege. I'm sure there are a few people here who know you either through the yoga world or recognize you, and so I think let's start there. Give a little introduction. Who are you? Where you from? And kind of how you fit into this role.
Thank you so much, Kath. Hi, everybody. Good evening. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Sunday night. Yeah, my name is Anesu. And I've really been, I think, on a path of searching for quite a while in my life, where I've just been searching for meaning and searching for fulfillment. So I studied medicine. I worked as a doctor for a couple of years, but really didn't feel like it was filling up my soul, you know. And I also got to witness people who needed to heal on a level that was a bit deeper than their physical bodies. And around that time, I was also studying yoga. I became a yoga teacher. And just to cut a long story short, I think my role now, or my purpose, is to show people how to heal holistically. And that's very much in keeping with, you know, this retreat and what it is that, you know, I think a lot of the sessions that we're going to be having are about is about taking the time to try to know yourself fully. And that's what my journey has been. So I'm a doctor, yoga teacher, entrepreneur. I founded the Nest Space, which is a little yoga studio with some extras added in there, a little vegan cafe, zero waste grocer, some Reiki and reflexology treatments as well. But the whole idea around that is very much in keeping with, I think, what my role on this retreat will be, which is about creating a safe space and creating a space where, even though we're connecting online and virtually, where everybody feels like they can be themselves, like they can be present and really listen to the material from an authentic place. And so I'll essentially be, you know, your little support in the background, helping people move from one session to the next, checking in with everybody, making sure that everybody's feeling comfortable and safe. And I'm just so excited. I wish it was October already.
Oh, I mean, we so stoked to have you on board, Anesu, and I love the way that you've just described all of that. I feel like we really are so lucky that even though we are in this virtual space, it's, you know, I can imagine you holding space in your own studio in the Nest space, and just knowing that, I think you know, if everyone here listening, we've got a few doctors of our own in the JF family, in the JF team, but having someone who is kind of comes from both the West medicine and the Eastern medicine and bringing that together, I always find like that's pretty much the ultimate right now in the reality that we're in, is looking towards medicine, Western medicine when we need it, but also, like you say, discovering and exploring that deeper level of self-care, and healing. And I think that a lot of the Eastern healing modalities offer that. So that's, of course, the kind of stuff I'm going to be doing. But so to those of you who have given a little bit of reading about what the retreat is going to be and the schedule, etc. So Anesu, as she mentioned, she is pretty much going to be the glue that holds the event together. So you're going to be spending. Oh, we've actually, sorry, I just saw here, Coach Tepe is here. Coach Tepe is one of our doctors in the house. Coach Tepe, also my one-on-one coach, which was like the best. I was very cheeky with Tepe. He had struggled with me a little bit. um, but you're going to be able to spend a lot of time with Anesu, guys. So she will be facilitating the event, and she will be, like she mentioned, taking you from session to session. We are going to be splitting out into breakout rooms in discussions, and she will be able to spend some time with you and perhaps have a few little chats and answer some questions. And that's absolutely amazing to have you on board, Anesu. Really, really epic. Is there anything else, you know, I think that you'd like to share about why you feel that out of everything that you could do these days, why do you think a little day and a little bit is important, and why do you think people will benefit, obviously not only from that time that they get to take off, but when they've left the retreat?
Yeah, you know, I think we're living in such a crazy environment where a lot of us are used to being able to escape our situations physically, whether it's going to visit family, you know, or going for a vacation, or even just going out to the park. And I think the more and more that we spend time at home, the more our zones of life are kind of intermingling. You know, you work in the same place that you spend time with your family, and you know, it's the lunchroom at work is essentially your kitchen that you're supposed to retreat to for the rest of your day. And so I think more so now than ever, it's really about learning how to use what you have, to use the space that you have, to use all of your own little trinkets and your belongings and your home to create your own safe space. And I think there's something really special about putting time aside, even though you're at home, making sure that it's quality time that's different to the other time that you spend when you're just hanging out, and really using this time to learn the tools so that once the retreat is done, it's enough to immerse you in it. It's a day and a half. But once it's done, it doesn't feel like, I often remember going to retreats and then coming back home on the Sunday of the retreat and being a little bit disorientated and not knowing how to take that peace that I felt with the retreat with me. And I think doing this in your home already just really shows you what you can already do with the things that are at your disposal. So I think it's such a great idea. And I think it's what a lot of people are looking and needing at this moment.
Oh, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Thank you so much, babe. And yeah, like I say, I think you're bringing so much to the table in this event. I can't wait to spend a day and a half with you.
Likewise.
And and I think that yeah, everyone, it's going to be so great having Anesu here. We are going to pop you out, Anesu, and then I'll bring you back in a little bit. Um, Hi, everyone who's joining. I see there's a lot of names here. Michelle Rogers, Siri, hey, lovely, Iva, Lauren, welcome, everyone. So that was Anesu. We have our next kind of guest facilitator, Morgan de Klerk, who's coming in now with me. Welcome, Maud.
Hi, everyone. Hey, Kath. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining and making the time to be here. We were just saying, guys, that Morgan actually went to high school with Coach Dom, and I
Yeah.
didn't even know that. I bumped into Dom this morning in Stellenbosch, and I was speaking about this talk, and she's like, "Oh, I know Morgan. I went to school with her, love her." And I was like, I can totally see Morgan and Dom being friends.
I feel like I remember people saying we actually looked similar too.
Definitely, but also just that dynamite comes in small packages, 100%. That's how I feel about the two of you. But otherwise, let me stop the chatting. I think, Morgs, give us a little bit of an intro to everyone who doesn't know you. Where you from? Where you live? You're a mom of one, about to be two,
And a half.
and 2.5. And yeah, a little bit about your workshop and your work.
Yeah, so my name is Morgan de Klerk. I am an accountant and also a money coach, and I teach people how to handle their finances to relieve stress and financial anxiety. So I think seeing an accountant come into a wellness thing like this is a little bit odd for some people, and some people might be wondering, how does this fit in? I really don't want to be talking about my money situation on a self-care wellness retreat.
Yeah.
And I'm here today to tell you why I think it's so important for our total wellness to address topics like this. So I've been the CFO and accountant at million-dollar businesses around the world, but now I teach people through Master Your Finances how to master their finances and free their minds. So our session is going to be jam-packed and really tailor-fit to each individual. And I really love the fact that there's going to be breakout sessions, because we are going to dive into what is causing financial stress in your life, how we can handle it. And then Kath is actually one of our Master Finance students, so she knows I get extremely practical. We're really going to take your issues, break them down. And I really, really hope that you're going to leave our abundance mindset session changing your behaviors and coming out really stress-free, more stress-free than when you came in. That's our goal for the session. So as Kath said, as a wife, business owner, mom, I'm pregnant. I really understand the financial strains that come through life and everything that we have to cover. And I think through the tools in our session, we're going to really work on your mindset and your behaviors. And that's how we are going to turn that financial anxiety into something that you can actually enjoy and can really empower you going forward.
Amazing, babe. I mean, I know firsthand I've actually known Morgan for not too long. We've known each other for about 4 years now, I think.
Yeah, we met in such a random
Um,
way.
we met in such a random way. I was dating a guy, and were you and Michal married then already?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like dating a guy, and we met on a beach on the West Coast, literally in the middle of nowhere, and we were the only two girls there. Was this bunch of like really rough Afrikaans guys on the beach, and yeah, like me and little Morgs there, and we just clicked instantly. And Morgan and her husband actually run an amazing organization called Rural Reach, where they support a community called Leopoldsfontein. I'm correct.
Yeah, we have 3 communities now. The one on the West Coast is called Leopoldsfontein.
Yeah, where they aid the community and the schools out there. So I was running yoga events in collaboration with Rural Reach, and then obviously found out that Morgan is super talented in the finance world, and that's the whole thing about Morgs, is she's not just an accountant. Last year in lockdown, actually before I even joined Jeff, and I was just kind of had this little side hustle trying to make some kind of money and figure out, like, I don't know about you guys, but and Morgan always laughs at me when I say this, because I'm like, don't print my receipt. I don't even take my receipt at the shops. I don't print a receipt at an ATM. I don't look at my SMSs that the bank sends me, because out of sight, out of mind.
Mhm.
And that's actually like one of the most stressful things you can do. And so I did Morgan's entire course last year, and it changed my relationship with money, because I think one of the biggest things I've learned from you, Morgan, is that it's not about the what's and the what you're spending and the how you're spending. It's your behavior, and so
Mhm.
it's actually changing your behavior and your mindset that will change everything else. So I think, do you have anything kind of final just to say to anyone who's considering coming on the retreat, and any last words you have to offer? So why you think that this is a good idea to spend your Friday night and Saturday with us?
Yeah, I think besides the fact that financial stress is one of the contributing factors to mental health issues in general. Kath, what you were saying about how the fact you just avoid it, you just don't print your stuff, don't check your bank statements, out of sight, out of mind. I always love to use the analogy of when you do your dishes, you leave them in the sink. And it's so much better if you do the dishes right after you're finished cooking, as opposed to waiting the next day, because then everything in them gets hard and sticky and it's so much harder to clean. So I like to use that analogy when it comes to your finances. The longer you push it aside, the more stress it causes, the bigger the problems become. And I really can't think of a better way to spend our nights, especially when they're still locked on. I mean, curfews, 10 o'clock now, restaurants close at
Yeah.
9. This is a perfect chance. You don't even have to leave your home. You can literally stay in your PJs, grab a cup of coffee, sit down, listen to these amazing guest experts here, and leave literally a better person than when you came. So I'm really excited to be a part of it. I'm really excited to listen to the sessions. And yeah, I hope to see lots of you there.
Oh, awesome, Morgs. Oh my word, I just had like a giggle to myself, because I was at my sister this week, and I walked into her apartment, and in her basin was like basins full of water with all the dishes in. And when I arrived, there was like, you could see there was still foam in the water, and she just put it in to soak so that she could wash it. And I was there the whole day working. And when I left, there wasn't even foam in the water anymore. It was like ice cold. And I said to her, this was you that did this. Hey, this wasn't your husband. She's like, no, it was me. And he wants to kill me when I do this. And I was like, I do the same thing. I soak my dishes and I never wash them. And
And then
it
the water
drives
is
Neil
so
crazy.
cold when you go back.
And the water's cold and the water's gross.
So
And you
gross.
should never have done it to yourself. And so that's actually such a cool analogy with your money, is just address it, actually. Just address it.
Mhm.
Just do it. And I can't wait for you to teach us more about how we get to do that, and how we can do it in a way where it is part of a wellness retreat, because we can change the way we think about it, and even
Yeah.
energetically the way we attach or detach or whatever with money. So that's very exciting. Thank you so much, Morgs, for your time. We'll see you
Thank you.
shortly again. Thank you for being here. Cool. We have next in line, we have our amazing coach Liz coming on. Let's see. Hi,
Hi.
Liz.
Hello. Hi,
How are
everyone.
you,
Good
lovely?
evening. I'm good. I spent some time in the snow this weekend. It was so good. Freezing. I'm ready for summer, but how good is the snow? How beautiful.
I mean, Dom and Nicole and I taught the Stellenbosch University Day yoga session from
Yes.
Waterford here in Stellenbosch, and it was really cold. But when we got there, it was dark, and when I left, it was just the entire mountain range was white, like
Yeah.
just so like I actually get like goosebumps thinking like absolutely beautiful. And I saw the pictures that you posted; they're
Yeah.
so stunning.
I mean, we can see from
Oh,
Cape Town, we can just see the mountains. I've never seen them ice capped like this. It is absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, we're so fortunate. Love this. It even snowed in Durban. I saw my clients send me photos of it snowing in Durban. How's that? I think hell's
my
freezing
word.
over.
How something is happening. Something is, I mean, I think we all know things are going down right now. So, like, snow isn't actually such a surprise. Oh, Liz, thank you. I love that I've done like 2 lives with you in 1 week.
Yeah.
Um, you are blessing us with your time on this retreat, and I am so stoked to be bringing you on board because you have really put so much work. And I mean, the work you do as a self-care coach, and of course, those of you who are here who know Liz, she has just she's going into the second round of her body kindness course that she's developed. And I know that this is really an area that you are an expert in. I know how well you've worked with hundreds of clients. And so, yeah, I think maybe just give us a little download on even if you've done the body kindness course already, why
Yeah.
this would still be a great thing to join in for.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I mean, everyone knows, or most of you know me. I am a mum. I've been a coach for many years. Throughout my entire career in the health and fitness industry, I've worked with hundreds of women, and I just kept thinking that there should be more to this health and fitness thing. There should just be more. And going through my own process of dealing with quite a bit of trauma in my life and turning to fitness, and then it becoming a really beautiful fixation and then into an obsession. I just, I started thinking that there are healthier ways to do this, and there are healthier ways for us to look at fitness, for us to look at our health, because we tied into weight control, we tied into controlling our appearance, and it's such a difficult space to navigate. So, for me, the body kindness workshop, it's so important to delve really deep into why it's necessary to untie exercise and nutrition from weight control, and why it's so important to separate our worth and our definition of health from our appearance, because it's often, that our society and everything around us is telling us that thinness is the only way that we can be happy and that we can be healthy. We value looking healthy and fit over being healthy and fit, and there's so much more to health. There is our emotional health and our spiritual health, and our physical health is just one of those things. Our mental health is so important. So in the body kindness course and with this workshop, we are also going to go into understanding why we are wired to be unhappy with our appearance, because it's such a difficult thing to untie from our worth. It's so hard to untie from our appearance, and we're constantly needing to improve how we look, and how this can lead to us never being satisfied. So we're going to talk about how to stop shaming our bodies and start working towards body neutrality, which is an interesting concept, and towards body gratitude, and eventually into body positivity, and why we should avoid the self-comparison trap at all costs, because it's something that I think we all can put our hands up, and we do that every single day. It's also very important that we address the topic of curating a healthier media environment for ourselves, and also just challenging our perception of our self-worth. So we're going to learn body kindness tools that you can take with you after the retreat. And I think it's like Anesu just said about our current life situation. We work from home, but we also live from work. And most of us also train from work, and we have this one space where we really struggle to separate it into these little compartments. And we don't even have the drive home from after work to decompress, and put a different hat on. Now you're a mom again, and you're a mom and working, and you have all these different hats to wear. So I just love how this retreat is diving into holistic health. It's looking at, we are all taking such good care of our appearances, focusing on our external transformation constantly. But I love that this retreat is going to help us create a safe space for self-care and also mental well-being to flourish. Because in my experience with clients, in our initial consultation, I love asking them, what do you do for you? What do you do for yourself? What do you do as self-care? And I kid you not, crickets. You hear crickets. They're like, I don't understand the question. I'm like, what do you do every day for yourself to take care of you, just for you? And it's very hard for especially women to answer this. So I love how we're looking at different topics, from financial well-being to mental health to creating a space. And I'm so excited to be part of it, because this is where my passion lies, and this is where I think the direction of our lives, it needs to be holistic. It absolutely does. So yeah, I'm bubbling over. Like this is cannot wait to do all of the workshops myself, and I'm going to be participating and learning from our experts here. I can't believe we haven't done this any sooner. Should have been doing this ages ago. This is amazing.
I know what you mean, but everything in divine timing.
Yes.
And I'm really I'm so proud of this group of women who are leading this retreat, and I'm so excited to see who the group of women are going to be who come together,
Yes.
because I truly believe that you will be drawn to something when you need it. And
Yes.
and it's always exciting when you teach a workshop, or I mean, I guess for you as well, as when you're working with a one-on-one client. It's so interesting and fascinating to see who's drawn to you and who you're drawn to.
Yes.
And so I think the group of women that are going to come together for this day and a half, I think we're all going to leave very much having made these amazing new friendships and new connections. They're going to get to know you, all of the amazing facilitators joining on a much deeper level, and be able to walk away with you as one of their new expanders and one of their new guides in a lot of ways. So Liz, thank you so much. I know you are busy yourself. I know you are busy as a coach, you're busy as a mom, you're busy as a partner, as a wife, and you are just absolutely incredible. We love you so much. So thank you for carving out this time to be part of. When I asked Liz if she would be a part of this, I was like, oh, what if she says no? What if she's too busy? What are we gonna do?
And I still said to you, Kath, if you message me on my personal phone, there's a chance I won't answer it for 3 days, because I'm never on my phone if it's not for work. And that's also how, and then I found it. And I was like, oh, of course I'll do this. This is like right up my alley. But Kath, one last thing I wanted to say, and it's so beautiful what we're doing here, is that we are building our tribe. And we are so wired to see other women as competition, that this is such an opportunity to show ourselves that if we are vulnerable, we open the floor for vulnerability, and that is just how we connect as women, and we're so powerful together. So this is just that tribe vibe. This is it's amazing, and I cannot wait.
Oh, Liz, thank you so much. I couldn't agree with you more. And this is like you said, I can't believe we haven't done this before, but I know that this is the step in the direction that that I think you and I believe a lot of the same values in the work that's going to be offered. So it's the step of many to come. Thank you so much, Liz. I'm going to pop you out quickly, and then we will bring you back in for a little Q&A. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions, pop it in the comments. I will have a look at your questions now. We're just going to pull in Coach Tony quickly, but drop your questions, please, and then we are going to get back to them in a moment. Tony, welcome, lovely.
Hello, Kath. Hello.
Thank
Super
you for
excited.
joining us.
Yeah, like everybody
So
said, I can't believe we have to wait such a long time for this. But it just builds up even more excitement.
I know, I know, I know. And for those of you who don't know, Coach Tony was my coach on the one-on-one program as well. So I've got to pay in the comments, and I get to chat to Coach Tony. And guys, I cannot tell you how much I learned about. And again, it's almost the same as when I was chatting about Morgan and finances with Tony and food. Is yes, Tony, you taught me a lot about food, but you taught me more about behavior. And when you look at the behavior, the food automatically rolls into place. So, of course, Tony will be hitting up the food, and so exciting if you have downloaded the little resource pack. When you signed up or on the website, you'll see there is the golden milk recipe. Tony's put together like epic, all things that make me so excited and happy and just good things. So Tony, tell us a little bit, maybe the people who don't know you or your role, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you are bringing to the retreat. I know you've got some exciting things planned for us.
Yeah, so I am a coach at Jeff, but my background is human physiology. So I did my PhD in the human body, basically how it works and what goes wrong, and then what our bodies do to fix that. And they're just so clever the way that they do. So I think that kind of ties into my love for food, because our bodies, it's not just one system working on its own, it's everything working together. So that kind of echoes what everybody said as well, is that this retreat is not just focusing on yoga, it's not just focusing on meditation or what a retreat might typically be. We're bringing in the financial aspect and the self-care aspect, and so of course there has to be a food aspect, because we're healing everything from the inside out and from the outside in, so it's got to all work hand in hand. So my love for food brought me to Jeff to just be part of the nutrition team and make people love food. Food shouldn't have so much power over us, but food has power, and we need to use that in the correct way.
Girl, love it, love it, love it, love it. I love that. And I know that one of your very strong beliefs with food is that you need to have a rainbow on your plates, which is something that's always really stuck with me since working with you. Because I used to be, uh, I used to work at a yoga studio, and we always used to laugh because we'd end up having like hummus and corn chips, and we're like, the food is so brown. There's just brown food on my plate. Um, so so really getting into that of having this rainbow on your plate, and like you say, being inspired by your food and not, or making it exciting. So I think, do you want to tell us just a little bit more of a sneak peek of what you have in store, and kind of what people will be walking away with after working with you or working through this workshop with you?
Yeah, so I think for me, if you think of one thing that kind of summarizes our experience as humans, food is central. It affects our cultural lives and our spiritual lives and our emotional lives and our physical lives. So it's got to feature in a retreat like this. And at its core, food is there to nourish us. And we can try and stay on track and live a healthy lifestyle, but with our crazy busy lives, that can get difficult. So I think the food focus of this retreat is just to reset and recharge. And then, like for me, I can spend hours and hours in the kitchen and have people over and dishes everywhere, and it doesn't stress me out, because the whole act of cooking and putting food together and touching your vegetables and kneading bread dough, whatever it is, that for me is a form of meditation. So to just get back in touch with preparing food from its raw states to its cooked states, and then eating it and seeing the transformation that happens physically and mentally with eating well. So I think that's the focus of the nutrition side of this retreat, just nourishment.
Oh, love it, love it, love it. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. Thanks so much, Tony. Thanks for popping on here. And it's so cool to have you part of this. I think Coach Adrian's going to be a little jelly that he doesn't get to be part of the nutrition of this retreat. But yeah, thank you for your time, and thank you for being here this evening, and super excited to have you part of the event. I'm
So
going to pop you out quickly, and
Cool.
then I'm just going to share just 2 minutes or so. Of course, we would have loved to do this in person, but the way things are right now, and you could hear by everything that the facilitators have said, there's no better time for this kind of work than right now. And the reality for most of us is that most likely that's going to have to happen in your home space. We are asking you to put the time aside. So speaking to the family, speaking to the kids or whoever it is, to give you that space. We're going to be giving you a little guide on how to prepare your space about a week before. So you're going to need to prepare certain things before the event, which is quite exciting. And then on the day, you're also going to have an entire workbook and journal that you're going to have. So every step by step, every workshop, you'll have your information that you need to know for that workshop. And it's been put together so beautifully by our design team, and of course the information from the facilitators. I'm very excited to be offering my workshops. All of it is work that I believe in very, very deeply. It's all practices that have helped me with my mental health journey. So from my diagnosis of my bipolar to working all the way through how I brought yoga into my life. And it's practices like yoga nidra that is basically a daily practice for me. It's lymphatic work, so looking at our internal systems and what we can do to bring harmony to our internal systems, and help ourselves to move out of that stress response that we're constantly in, which is the cause of most of our anxiety and our insomnia, our kind of diseases, our diseases. And so that's really where my interest lies. And then closing it off with an amazing breakout room session on Saturday. So I'm going to bring in all the ladies in for a last little chat now. Thank you so
Hi,
much to
everyone.
everyone who has joined in. Look at these faces. Look at our faces, guys. We are so excited for this. It is just absolutely, I mean, my dimples are actually sore from smiling tonight. I don't know,
I get
Liz,
that
do you get
too.
that as well? Because you've got, yeah, it's like, can't smile anymore. So whoever's here, if you have any questions, here we've got a question. Can you join if you are still new to yoga? Absolutely. This retreat is for, if you have never done yoga before, absolutely fine. If you've never cooked before, absolutely fine. If you are like me and you never look at your money, absolutely fine. If you are nervous about speaking about your body or body positivity kind of things, absolutely fine. This really is for everyone, for all. I'm sorry, I know the gents are going to feel super left out with this one, guys, and we'll have to make it up to you. But I think we can leave that up. Like Jono and Louis and them are gonna have to step up in that game, because we're just like, the women are smashing it right now with this retreat for all the ladies. I just want to check.
Have
I
to be a
saw I had
brew
another
tour.
question.
A brew. A bro tour.
A,
Tour.
yeah,
A
I
brew
mean,
tour.
a broertour. Yeah, fine. Let them go on their broertour. So if you have any other questions, I know there was one here. I'm gonna just look. Oh, here. What type of time would one need to set aside on Saturday? Is the program back to back, just to understand how to plan? So the whole schedule, Noel, is actually on the website. So you can see there, we've put it out literally minute by minute. You'll see exactly whose workshop you're doing, what it's about, when you get a little bit of a break. Um, but but pretty much, there is going to be a lunch break. But pretty much we want this to be as if you were going to a retreat at a venue. You would be there and you would immerse yourself in this. And so I don't want you, okay, I know we've all got things we need to do, but like ultimately, you're not gonna like get up halfway through Morgan's workshop because your washing machine has stopped and you need to go hang up your washing. All right. Um, that you can do that on Sunday, but for Friday evening and Saturday, it's like everything needs to pause. You're going to create this safe time and it's going to be hard. It's going to let's like not joke. It's going to be hard. It's hard sometimes when you're in your house and you can see that cupboard that you've been saying you're going to spring clean for 6 months, and now you're spending a whole Saturday sitting on your bum with us and you're not spring cleaning the cupboard. We've all got those things, but I think that's exactly why we're doing this, is to show you that you can't keep prioritizing everything else except for yourself. Like, that's why you are going to be signing up for this, and we are here to support you through that. So I think I'm just going to give it a little shout out to each of the facilitators, to just the last little closing statements, if you like, or your last invitation to ladies to join. So let's start off with Tony. Just the last little closing statement from you.
Yeah, I think, Kath, as you say, we prioritize everything else, and everything else seems so much more important all the time. And, oh no, I'll do what I need to do for me tomorrow or the next day, and then we don't do it. We find something else to do. So just do this. Come to this retreat and just reset and refocus your life and focus on you, and then that cupboard that you've got to tidy can wait.
Thanks, Tony. And Morgan?
Yeah, I think with the breakout rooms, we want to make it as interactive as possible. So I know myself, and I'm sure the other coaches too, you can send me an email or a DM. Everything's Master Your Finances today. If you want to look me up, and send me questions that you have for the session beforehand. What are you struggling with? What are things that you want to be addressed in there so that it can be tailored to you? And with those breakout sessions, really get the most out of it. Like, if you're going to come, if you're going to put the time aside, really milk it for all that it's worth and use us. So yeah, that would be my advice. I hope to see you guys there.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Liz?
Yeah, I would echo Morgan there. If you've got your questions or your topics that you wanted to address, why not reach out to us, because it just helps us tailor it even more. And then when you're looking at self-care, we're not saying it's me first, we're saying it's me too, as in just include yourself. Priority list, people always think of a list that goes down, as in, your kids and your husband and then work and everything goes down, and somewhere here at the bottom you feature, but it's actually it actually lies at the top. So all of those are important, but you need to be up there as well. And it shouldn't just look good from the outside, it should really feel good from the inside, and that's what we're doing here. We're really looking at feeling great from the inside, and we're starting that journey, just starting that process, and that will just spawn a lot of like healthier inner work to continue.
That is such a beautiful way to look at it, Liz. Just saying, like, it's not going to, the self-care isn't selfish. It's not just all about me, but actually, like, yes, I need to be up here too as a priority. And that doesn't mean I'm kicking my kids who I love dearly, or my husband, or whoever it is, or my partner out the door, so that it's all about me, but actually just like, I also need to be up here. That's really beautiful. I love that, Liz. Lovely Anesu.
Yeah, I think that for me, the most important thing is that everybody feels like they are welcome to this retreat, and so I think everything has been done to include topics that are universal. We all have to deal with food. Unfortunately, we all have to deal with money, and we all have bodies that we have to learn how to love, and we have to learn how to rest and to care for ourselves. And so there's nothing that would disqualify you from coming to this retreat. There's nothing that would make this not for you. If anything, I think this is a safe environment for everybody, regardless of what it is that you're going through in your life right now, to just take a breather, put down, the bags and the burdens that you're carrying, and get some support from some incredible women to just help to ease whatever load it is that you're carrying at the moment, and to move into, the end of the year or the last chapter of this year, feeling a bit more anchored, a bit more grounded, and feeling like you've invested your time and energy into something worthwhile for you.
I'm like, I was saying to the ladies earlier on that like I'm feeling like so emotional about this whole thing because it's just, I have the privilege to facilitate this, but like goodness gracious, like I would love to be able to do something like this. It's epic, and just to learn from all you amazing women who are joining here is just so cool. And I think what's even better than that is you're not only going to learn from the five of us because we're doing these breakout rooms. You're going to be meeting. We going to have 100 women. We are capping it from across the globe who you're going to be in conversation with, and you're going to be learning from one another. So yeah, I think that's us for now. We've gone way over time this evening. I am. We don't have Adrian busy facilitating this meeting. See, this is why I'm not the facilitator of the retreat,
That's
guys. This is
Guilty.
exactly why we've got
Guilty.
Anesu.
I knew we were
I
going
was
to
just
go over
excited. I was like, tell me more, tell me more. Something I'll work on for the retreat.
This is exactly why I'm not running the retreat, everyone. All right. Last question from Noel. Do you have to be on Jeff Lloyd Live to join this? Some friends who'd like to join. No, you do not have to be on Jeff Live. You can join in for the retreat. Check it out on the website. Yeah, thanks, ladies, for your time. Thank you, Amy, who is in the background running all of this for us. It is Amy's birthday, everyone. So I do want to say a little shout out to our beautiful Amy. I'm sure most of you guys who are watching this know Amy. She runs our streams. She's at almost every live event that happens in Cape Town. She is our Zumba queen. And just an overall, just amazing, amazing, amazing part of the Jeff team. And Amy, we love you so, so, so much. Thank you for being here on your birthday. And I hope you're going to be joining us for the retreat. And we love you, Ames. Everyone, thank you so much, guys. Or ladies, let's wrap this up. And I will be chatting to all of you guys tomorrow. Leave your questions. Contact the ladies. They'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. And yeah, looking forward to seeing the names on the roster and really looking forward to the event.
Same.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thanks, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.